fire escape engineers inspecting summary video. I'm here at MIT. This right here is some cement issues on this fire escape. Looks like somebody did a full refurb on this. There's only a couple things that got missing that we'll talk about. Fully painted, must be structurally sound, must be kept painted as per Mass Building Code 1001.3. Cement issues here, cement issues down there, which the camera will pick up in a second. But also the brackets, undersized bolt. There's only a 3/8 bolt on this bracket. Every other bracket is 2 half-inch bolts. So, and some of them going down, especially down this side when we get down, we'll show it again. But the rust is going in between there. So we've got a silicone shed a lot of these. Some of these spacers here are starting to show how the rust is eating this rod all the way through. We got to put a spacer underneath with a McNichols clip in the ends and in the middle, either individually on the ones that we are concerned with, or on all of them. That way you can get another 15 to 25 years from this grading. Fire escape is in very good condition. It's missing a bracket here on all the floors going down, specifically underneath this one. Every one of the brackets is missing its brace. So if you look at the rest of the fire escape, everyone has a brace, a 45-degree angle brace, but not this one, on all 3 floors. Let's talk about, as we get in here again, an undersized bolt. There's only 1 3/8, yet the one right next to it is double half-inch. A lot of the cement work on this is minor cement work. It's not major, it's minor. And you got to make sure, because as you let it go further down, we'll show you the evidence of how cement can basically start destroying some of your sills and start having an effect. So make sure all your spacers are in good order, which these seem to be. They've been sealed with paint and in good order. And then we're going to go down there. Let me turn around. We get down to here. The main concern we have down here is obviously you hear some of that noise is that some of these are not J-bolted down correctly. So you can J-bolt them or use a McNichols clip to hold them in position. Welded ladders, original hardware. You got to seal this up here so that there's no ice jacking and rust jacking happening and feeding this bolt, and or switch these out. Because if you come here a little closer and you look straight down, you can already see one of them. If you want to come in closer, let's shoot that bolt from down below. I'm going to go down and point it out that it's pulling out. So that's what happens. This one's tight, this one's starting to pull away, but that one down there is already pulled away, down by my foot. See where my foot is? So that one right there, if you zoom in, is already pulling out. So it's things like that that happen over time. It's a little bit tight here, but it is pre-existing non-conforming welded connections that once you put a bolt here, there's no need for a load test. It is punched through and welded on the outside, which is great. So if there's a weld failure, these bars are not going anywhere. And they did put in a cage to basically make anybody who, should they let go for any reason, they'll be able to, fall back into a cage. So this cage is a very good idea. All welded though, so all the major structural. Pop in a bolt here and here and here, and then you basically eliminate the need for a load test on these. Cement, all minor, but as soon as you start caulking, we recommend highly that you caulk all these cements, otherwise it's going to start spalling away, and it's only a matter of time between freeze and thaw that these start popping away. So that's the top 3rd floor, and everything down below should be the same exact thing. So again, speaking about cement, this is what you got to be concerned with, is that the previous cement was properly put on, and that it was the right material. So a lot of tapping will have to happen. But look at all the spalling that's happening up there. It's already pushing the cement out. So some of these cement patches will have to be readdressed, re-looked at. That one's spalling out. And that's all original. So a lot of these, primarily on this particular fire escape, we have a lot of cement issues. You can see here. You can see up there. You can see where, undersized bolt is here. Yet we have cement. And a lot of times it's these cracks right here that feed water. If you want to get closer here. Water gets in here, feeds water down this line. This line cracks this brick, cracks that brick, and it's feeding water to this connection. This connection is now spalling all its brick out because it's getting water fed. This work belongs to a mason. This work down there belongs to us. But if we don't stop the original source of water, what happens is, this brick is starting to, this brick is cracking. It's going to affect through ice jacking and water jacking. It's going to affect this window and crack these windows. So water's getting in here, getting through here, crack this brick, crack that brick, feeding water here. Undersized bolt on here. It's a 3/8 instead of a double 1/2 inch. Missing its bracket here. And this one's got rust in the connection, which you want to show. And it's an undersized bolt also. So once you go there and take a shot, then look up. Okay. And when you look up, straight up, we have a cement issue here. Now we can handle this cement here, but this is starting to become structural. Water's getting in, and it's starting to affect the sill. It's gone out 12 inches or more, coming down this way here. So this needs a mason. We can handle this area. And if you look up, it's already spalling up there quite a bit. Again, some of the water's coming from the sill. So we do need to address that. It's missing its bracket. And again, that one up there is undersized bolt, so is the one below your foot. Not too many spacer issues here. They're in pretty good order. Fire skip has been well painted. Okay, but double. And now the norm here is that we have at least 24 square. So we're looking at a 24 in this way. We're probably looking at about 20 inches this way, but I'm an above average person, and I'll show you, it does get a little tight. Okay, so this is the concern. But if it had a full 24 by 24, wouldn't be such a concern. But it's pre-existing non-conforming. And when you come down here, so you can eliminate a piece of this rail. We can reconfigure this so that you have a little bit more room. Again, the owners or the city officials can make that determination. Cement issues, they're starting to spall. You can get a little bit of spalling happening on all the floors. So we'll address that as we come down. All right, let's do the last floor down here. All right, so we have a missing bracket there. The undersized bolt here should be double 1/2 inch. But again, back to the cement issue, we're starting to get another structural crack area, and it's really going to affect the sill. It's coming through. You gotta be careful, so that's what starts happening. The sills, they get fed water. But we got spalling happening up there. A lot of times it's the iron shims. See the iron shims up there? They're notorious for expanding. A 1/4 inch of rust. I mean, a 1/4 inch of steel will look like 1 inch of rust. So you keep feeding it water. It grows, it spalls all your bricks, snaps them, and you already snapped bricks up there, and eventually it'll snap the sill because it'll just keep on growing. All right, so getting back, you're missing a bracket here. It's missing a bracket down to the diagonal. This is missing a diagonal. It's got some cement issues there. Again, these are not major, but they're minors, meaning they won't last another 5 years by themselves. So we're looking at the same thing here. From underneath, you can just see all the cement work that needs to be done. Spacers. Some minor issues, but again, minor cement issue there. A lot of exposed steel that's starting to grow and fall. And again, another pre-existing non-conforming issue here is that this rail could be notched better so that this is less than 24 by 24. Again, pre-existing non-conforming. Need the welds all bolted to avoid the load test. And now this is me going down. I'm not an average student, I'm above, but this is the kind of spacing issue you have. And it comes down to the ground.